Do you still want it, or do you want it to show off? Nonchalant, moving in silencing, don't care, no one cares about you. We all have 24 hours, but our 24 hours are not the same. Have you made your New Year's resolutions? I bet there's a lot on there. Maybe you want to get fit, glow up, start a new side hustle, business, hobby, adopt new habits, be the it girl version of yourself. You've probably signed up to the gym, bought yourself a new planner, downloaded a meditation app, and you've got this new year fire going thinking 2026 is my year. It wasn't 2025, it wasn't 2024, but 2026, I'm going to turn my life around. Are we feeling called out? Because I feel called out. Look, there's a lot of things you want to do in 2026, but you're not going to achieve most of them. Not unless we play it right. In this video, we're going to go through the issue with your New Year goals, your habits, and some practical and low-key unhinged advice on how you can get everything done and achieve all your goals in 2026. That's not just time block your day. Chapter 1, the issue with your New Year goals. There are so many issues. Number 1, you're trying to do too much. Now, there's a big difference between dreaming big and dreaming a lot. Yes, dream big, shoot for the stars, but don't dream everything at once. I touched on this in one of my shorts, your ultimate vision board guide, so give that a watch if you haven't. But not everything you dream will come true this year. If you try to achieve everything that you've ever wanted in just this 1 year, you're going to be under, 1, a lot of stress, but also 2, you're actually not going to be able to put in as much focus as you should to achieve your goals. Can you imagine you want to get fit, but you also want to be social, and you also want to start a new hobby, and you also want to start a business, and every day is just like, oh, what should I do? You're pulling your mind in like 50 million directions, and then you end up not doing anything. So what I want you to do is pick one focus for this year. Is it your business year? Is it your career year? Is it your relationship year? Is it the year you finally master your mental well-being? My central theme for this year is becoming her. So my focus is on habits, wellness, routines. 2, and a lot of people talk about this, your goals are not specific enough. This is exactly what I did wrong in 2025, and as a result, most of my 2025 vision board did not come true. I also have another short breaking that down, so you can give that a watch if you want. But basically, I had no idea what I was supposed to be visualizing and doing, and when I was doing my reflection in September and October, I looked at the board and I was like, what were my goals? So, for example, what does get fit mean? What is your definition of fitness? Is it to run 5Ks? Is it to run a marathon? Is it to lift a certain heavy weight? You can say you want to go to the gym more. How many times a week? How long are you going to stay there? What are you going to do there? If you say you want to glow up, what does glow up mean? Is it physical, mental, spiritual? How can you basically just look back at the end of the year and say, yes, I've achieved that goal? And if you want to be more social this year, what does that mean? Do you want to host more events? Do you want to meet new people? Do you want a new friendship circle? A lot of the times, even with your current goals, you might feel like you're being specific, but you can always narrow it down more. And number 3, your goals don't align with you. I want you to really reflect, what's your purpose? What makes you happy? Is this goal genuinely something you want to work towards, or is it something you feel like you should work towards? If there was no societal pressure, if there was no prestige with achieving that goal, would you still achieve it? Pretend you can't tell anybody about this goal, and once you've achieved it, no one knows. Do you still want it? Or do you want it to show off? I get it. We live in a society. Wanting to brag about something or wanting to show your life's highlights is normal. It's very, very normal. However, and trust me on this, your motivation will tank if the only reason for you achieving this goal is to show someone else. Especially because once you achieve it, you have to live the reality of it. And what's keeping you going through that reality? A huge example I can think of was when I was picking my university courses. I was privileged enough to get a score high enough to get into law school. I never wanted to go to law school. But at the time I was like, she's achieved it. Can you imagine how good it would feel to tell people I go to law school? It was a 5-year course. 3 years in, I wanted to drop out. I didn't because I was a bit too deep into it. But the lesson is just to really reflect, like, is this something you actually want? Because you have to live it. Chapter 2, your habits, i.e. how you're supposed to get to your goals. Your habits. What do they look like? I think we've all heard the phrase, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So you can't go into 2026 with the same habits as 2025 and expect the universe to give you something different. You have a plan for this goal. Make it a huge corporate one. Give me every detail, every step that you're going to take to achieve it. Include all the things you need to do and all the habits you need to incorporate. Another thing about goals is that a lot of us imagine the end result. So excited for the day it'll actually come true. We get that dopamine rush of like imagining and visualizing it, but we don't think about and we neglect the hard bit in between. Daily boring consistency, that first workout that you have to do where you're sweating your butt off, your heart's pumping so hard and you feel like you're going to get an asthma attack even though you've never had asthma in your life. Or like not being able to finish a workout because it physically hurts so much and you cannot hold yourself in that position any longer. That's the hard bit that people don't think about and they don't prepare themselves for. And you need to change your daily habits and get over those first couple of months of torture before you even see a sliver of the light at the end of the tunnel. For me, I downloaded a meditation app at the start of last year because I was thinking I'm going to be so in control of my emotions. I'm so calm. And she never used it. I kept getting notifications from the app reminding me to come back, continue this meditation journey. I was ignoring them all to the point where it just gave me a final notification saying, these aren't working, we're going to stop. But that was because I was thinking about that end goal of being super in control of my emotions and all of that, and not thinking about the everyday 15 minutes that I needed to dedicate and when I could fit those in. Talking about fitting things in, you also need to think priorities. We all have 24 hours, but our 24 hours are not the same. You might have work, family, studies, and other commitments. The 24 hours of a mother with 2 kids and the 24 hours of a person who works and lives alone is very, very different. You've got to accept that you cannot drop your responsibilities just to pursue a goal. And that means your time is limited, and so your priorities are important. And this ties back to chapter 1 where I say you cannot achieve everything that you ever want this year. Again, dream big, but don't dream yourself to burn out. For me, when I first joined the gym, I was like, oh, I'm going to go every day. I'm going to be so fit. I'm going to be one of those like Pilates girlies as well. And I had full-time work. I had a side hustle. I was studying part-time. And my friend said to me, yes, you feel like you need to go to the gym, but it's the one thing that's very easy for you to skip because you've got all of these other things going on. So I just want you to focus on 1 or 2 things. It could be a monthly focus, a quarterly focus, and really get that down before you add in more. Chapter 3 and the fun part, the practical advice. This is the practical advice so you can actually get started and stick to your New Year's resolutions. Trust me when I say I've tried everything to get New Year routines and resolutions to stick and they never did. I've tried time blocking, to-do lists, app reminders, habit tracking, locking my phone. I also have limits on my social media apps that I literally just ignore. Okay, so when you first start a goal, your motivation is high, through the roof. Having that motivation works, but it does drop off, especially a couple of weeks in or if you're not seeing immediate results. So yes, you can rely on it now, but you need more tools. These tips work especially well if you're like a people pleaser, which is something that we need to work on because we shouldn't be people pleasing. However, we are going to use it to our advantage. Tip 1, an external time limit. Not a self-imposed time limit because you're just going to ignore that, but an external time limit where you actually have to do something within a set amount of time, otherwise too bad. For example, my gym is 24 hours. My friend's gym opens from I think 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. She knows that she has to go to the gym by 6 p.m. otherwise it's not happening. Whereas for me, I know I could go anytime and so I just put it off. My ice skating rink is only open certain days and certain times. So I have to go during those sessions, otherwise it's not happening. And that kind of pushes you because these time limits are externally imposed. You get this like false sense of urgency that really pushes you to do the action. Number 2, this one's a bit unhinged, but announce it to the world. Tell people that you are going to get fit this year. Tell people that you are going to glow up. And then think about how embarrassing it would be at the end of the year if someone asks you, how is your goal going? And you say you haven't started it yet. Like this whole be nonchalant, moving in silence thing. Don't care, no one cares about you. Achieving your goals is a lot more impressive than being mysterious. Number 3, get yourself an accountability buddy. Get 2, get 3, get more, get an accountability for every aspect of your life. And the trick is they don't even need to know that they're your accountability buddy. I started doing ice skating 2 years ago and I have a friend who started at a similar time to me and she's extremely dedicated to the sport. It's really inspiring to see, first of all. And second of all, because she's going so often, I feel like, wait, we started at the same time. I have to go that often too. So she's my accountability buddy, but she doesn't even know it. So use those techniques. And then as you continue taking steps towards your goal, it kind of just becomes your habit, your routine. You don't need to think about it as often. That's when you can rely on yourself and your mindset to keep yourself going. For example, thinking I'm the type of person who takes care of myself and I take care of my body. And then if you've gone to the gym enough, that one mindset shift might be enough to get you out of bed and to the gym, because you will have that self-concept and that proven track record to keep you going. However, I find that it personally doesn't work for me if I'm just starting the goal, which is why the 3 tips that I gave before were all kind of externally based. I hope that helps. Let me know in the comments what you think and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!